Hello years 9 and 10, this is Mr. Tomasovic, hoping you are all safe and well. This video is to give you some guidance about how to complete your work log every school day whilst the school is closed, and also submit it to your tutors, and in terms of what work is being set, what you need to do. So just to confirm, all of these documents that I talk about today are located on Microsoft Teams, which is one of the apps on Outlook. So once you're on your school emails, you go to this little button at the top, which has got all the apps on, go to Teams, and then you should find, if you click on the assignments button, which is highlighted on the screen now, you should see your tutor group, and then you will find the work log document submitted by your tutor for you to access, which looks for year 9 like this. The year 10 one will look virtually identical, just slight amendments. For example, it will say year 10 there, and then some of the other amendments I'll talk about shortly. First thing to do is obviously put your name at the top. So making sure that your tutor, when you send it back, knows exactly who they are looking at in terms of their work log. I'm just going to put another student as my silly name for today. And then you would save this in the top left-hand corner, Control S, or click that button and then save it to an area of your laptop or PC or iPad, wherever you're saving it, and make sure that you know that it's being saved every day. Now, you complete this work log every weekday when you should be in school, and you must then send it to your tutor via Microsoft Teams every 2 weeks. So you don't send it to them every day or every week, you send it every 2 weeks, the first submission being on Friday, the 1st of May 2020. It will be your teachers who are monitoring whether you're doing the work, and they will instruct you. It might be that you are completing work online like Hegarty or Seneca Learning for some of the humanities and science subjects. And from that, you will be able to show that your teachers that you are completing the work, as they will see what assignments you've completed on there and how many minutes you've spent doing it. In terms of the time you should be spending on work, for year 9, it's 2.5 hours per English and maths, 4 hours in total on all the sciences, and then for all of the subjects, approximately 2 hours per subject. Now, for year 9, that will equate to around 17 hours of work per week as a minimum. You can do more if you wish. We know there will be lots of students out there doing more already, so that's absolutely fine, but as a minimum, it should be those 17 hours. For year 9, it should be approximately 3.5 hours of work per day. For year 10, the hours that you spend on subjects does increase slightly. For English and maths, it will be 3 hours per subject. For science in total, it will be 6 hours. So 2 hours on each biology, chemistry and physics. And then for all other subjects, it does remain as 2 hours per subject. So this could be split up. For year 9, you could do 2 hours in the morning, for example, and then 1.5 hours in the afternoon. That's a nice balanced day of completing your schoolwork. For year 10, it could be 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the afternoon. All year groups should be continuing to do all the great reading that they were doing in school and out of school. That shouldn't have stopped. Fantastic that you are still developing those reading skills, and you should be looking to do around 20 to 30 minutes at least every day. Now, it's a very good idea to plan in advance what you do on a given day. So what you will be doing is you will then be coming down to this bit, week A, which will start on Monday, the 20th of April. So just put that there. And then Monday will, of course, be the 20th of April. So you put that date there. And then we've pre-completed this for you to give you an idea of what would be expected from a year 9 or 10 student on that given day. Remember, this is for a year 9 student, so it will equate to approximately 3.5 hours, but this does also apply to year 10s. So for the first subject, we're looking at Hegarty Maths, equations, and this student has spent 1 hour on it, and therefore that's all we needed logged, what the actual topic assignment was set on Hegarty that you completed, and then importantly, how long you did spend on that. Subject B, knowledge organizer for science, it's biology, organizing animals and plants. Section, key terms and definitions box, and then on page 1, and that is then therefore 1 hour spent doing some mind maps, etc., or look, cover, write, and review, some activity like that to make sure that you are learning those key facts well. For knowledge organizer on philosophy and ethics there, we've got human rights and social justice, section 2 and 4, and then answer the questions set by Mrs. Ingalls, and you've spent 30 minutes doing that. And then for English, you're going to do your Lord of the Flies timeline. If I now get up actually and show you the work pack set for year 9 for this period, you will notice that if we go down to English, the Lord of the Flies timeline, it's been chillied. Now you may attempt chilly 2, for example. So what I would do here is actually add to this, back to my work log, and say, well, actually, I'm going to tell my tutor, and my teacher will know also by what work I have done. I've completed chilly 2, and I've done the important quotations at each moment. And there you have it. For example, if you were a year 10 student, and even though the topics might be slightly different, it will be that you just probably have spent an hour on your philosophy and ethics, for example, and you've got your 4 hours done if you're a year 10 student. Also, for the other activities, this is where you would include what you're reading, whatever great book you are reading at that point, and then you would just make sure that you do accurately log how many minutes. Remember, this is something that you're planning for. If you do more, you can always just amend it to say, if you've done, for an example, an hour's reading. You might also want to put the name of the novel down that you are reading, and also you can put down what you've done for developing key life skills that day. Maybe that you made dinner for the family. So if you've done something such as that, make sure you're making a log of that so your tutor can recognize those great achievements that you're doing. So if I show you then how to populate this section, so Tuesday, a great idea would be, after you've done Monday, is plan this on the Monday afternoon, for example. Once you've done all your work, plan what you're going to do on Tuesday to give you some set goals to achieve, and you'll feel better for it knowing exactly what you've got to do the following day. So for year 9, I'd go back into my work pack, and then I would look at what else do I need to do. Let me have a look. Let's do some chemistry, knowledge organizer, C5, chemical changes, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use the look, cover, write exercise and put that into the work log and the section, subject A. Now you'll notice also on the year 9 work pack here, we've got some Seneca learning to do. So online Seneca learning, speak to your science teacher if you don't know how to log on yet. I think the majority of year 9s do, if not all, but just speak to your science teacher if you are struggling. And then I'm going to also log that I've done that in here as well. And if I just go back to the work pack, you'll notice you've got, say, if I was in 9B1 chemistry, that's the class code I would need. And then once I've entered that class code, after I've logged on to Seneca, I will see my assignment on acids, alkalis, and redox reactions, etc. So once you've done that, you can move on and find another piece of work that you're going to do that day. Let's do some humanities, I'd say. Let's do, okay, right, I'm in Miss Harmer Weston's class, for example, and I'm going to complete the assignment on Seneca. And I'm also going to learn the KO pages for Unit 1 of the Normans. So all I'm going to do is copy and paste that, go back to my work log, and then subject B here. And then once that's happened, I can see that I'm going to log on, complete the assignment on Seneca, and also I'm going to do the knowledge organizer pages on the Normans, and I'm going to spend 1 hour on that, logging that. Oh, I've not done that for the above one, and it's important that you do log how long you are taking on here. So remember, just make sure you are logging how long you spend on each piece of schoolwork to make sure that you are getting the right amount of hours done every day. We do recommend that it's at least 3.5 for year 9, 4 for year 10. It's really important that you keep up with your schoolwork, and so giving yourself some quality time on those subjects. Subject C now, let's think about it. What can I be doing? I've got some geography maybe to do. Yes, let's go to geography. And they're saying that it's the coasts unit, physical geography, unit 3, knowledge organizer, pages 13 to 19. And there's a variety of activities are applicable here. So I could do posters, mind maps, So I'm going to do a poster and a mind map on that. Go back. Now that's going to take me a good chunk of time. I want to do a nice, colourful, really distinctive poster and mind map to help me learn that. So I'm going to spend 1.5 hours on that. I'm going to put down 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now you'll notice if I was a year 9 student, that is all of my time, my minimum time of 3.5 hours. That's absolutely fine. You could just say, right, I'm going to do the 3 subjects that day, and then I've covered my recommended minimum time, and I've done a good chunk of work. I then put down what I've been reading that day. Again, if I've done 30 minutes of reading, and I also helped cook dinner for family. And if you've developed a key life skill, it could be anything. You could have helped a younger brother or sister with their homework for their primary school or whatever. And then that's that day done. Now, you don't have to therefore do all 4 subjects. That's just the recommended amount to split it up over the day. But you might find actually on that given day, even if you're in year 9, you want to do a little bit more. And for example, if we go back to the work pack now and look for another subject, you're thinking, do you know what? I'm going to do my Spanish, and I'm going to do my music and sport vocab Quizlet because that's nice. I like doing those quizzes. It's instantly marked online, so I'll see how well I've done, and then you can just log that as well. And if you spend 35 or say 45 minutes on that, log it down. Fantastic. You've done over the 3.5 hours if you're in year 9, and you've done a really, really good chunk of work there. So that's how you would do Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, you then go on and plan your Wednesday and so on. You could plan the whole week in advance so you know exactly what you're going to do every day. Fantastic. And then week B, you go on and can plan those days until you get to the Friday. The Friday will be the 1st of May. And you'll be ready then. Once that day has been completed and all the work's done, you will then be ready to submit that work to your tutors on this work log so they can see all the fantastic work you've done. All of this will be filled in. At the end of it, you will notice these reflection boxes at the weekend's eye. It's great to tell your tutor how you're doing and what you've been up to. You may have been video calling friends. You may have been watching a great show on Netflix. You might want to tell your tutor what show you've been watching on Netflix because it might be a great recommendation for them to watch. And all you need to do is make sure that you're completing these boxes just to let your tutor know how you're doing. Over these 2 weeks, how have you been feeling year 9 and 10? You're probably feeling a bit bored, maybe. You might not be, but again, it's how you're organising and structuring your day. You might be feeling lonely. It's fine. Let your tutor know how you are feeling. You might be feeling happy. You've had some great experiences in the house. Maybe it's been someone's birthday and you've been celebrating. You've had a nice time. Again, just making sure you let your tutor know what you've been enjoying and what you've been struggling with. And obviously they can contact you and give you any support that we offer if needed. So all of this is then done. For year 10s, just to confirm, this work pack that I've been showing you for year 9, it won't be a work pack for yourselves. It will be all assignments set on Teams. So it's really important that you do become comfortable using Teams. It's really straightforward. And I think once you get on there, it will become very, very clear about what is needed to be done. So with all that in mind, you would then upload your work log completed. Just get back to the work log. All this completed for the 2 weeks, uploaded. Your tutor will then just review that for you. Make sure you've done all your work. Let people know if you haven't done any work, and then some contact would be made with parents or carers if we're not getting all that work received. However, with that in mind, it's all done, and you should find that you've got that nice, structured, organized time logged, and you should feel nice and satisfied in terms of your achievements. And it's important to keep yourself very busy and working hard. So I hope this is all now clear to you, year 9 and 10. Take care, stay safe, and if you've got any problems at all, you know that your first point of call will be your tutor via Microsoft Teams, and if they are struggling to help you, they will always refer it to someone in school like myself or another member of SLT, and we will support you if necessary. Thank you very much for your time, and take care.